Hi everybody, in this video we're going to be looking at another way in which we can generate 3D geometry, and that is using the sweep command. So this is just an extension of extrusion really, but rather than just extruding perpendicular to your plane, you can then extrude along a specified path. So to do this I'm just going to use a very simple example of a curved bracket. So to start off we need to generate a profile, so a path in which our extrusion can follow. So if I click on this plane, click sketch, I'm just going to generate some geometry in which we can demonstrate this feature. So let's go to sketch view, let's add a circle here, just to 50. Okay, so I'm just going to delete these two segments here. So this is the path that I would like my extrusion to follow. So you can see it's not just a straight line, we've got this curved section at the end here as well. So if I click OK now, so you can see I've got my sketch, so I've got this line within our 3D environment. So with the sketch highlighted, we click on sweep, and you'll see here it's now identified this point as our starting position. It's going to follow this line and terminate at the end here. So if we come up to the toolbar ribbon at the top, you can see that we've got a few different options. So you can sweep it as a surface, we want to keep it as solid for what we're interested in, and then you can also remove, you can use this method to remove material as in like with any extrusion function. Create thin feature, we don't need to worry about that. Now in order to generate the actual profile in which we're going to sweep, we need to add the information here. So it says create or edit sweep section. So if we click on that, you'll see that the display changes and we're now in sketch mode, and there's a point here and we've got a reference line here. So this is where our actual sketch is going to originate from, but it's actually going to be perpendicular to this line. So if I actually click on sketch view, you'll see how so you can see that we're actually at the bottom end of this line, so we're going to be, the screen's going to be square onto that. I'm going to use an eye section. So for an Ibeam we could draw all the geometry in ourselves, but it's actually a really useful palette tool within Creo. So if you click on the palette here, click on profile, you can see that I've got an eye profile. So if you basically just need to left click and drag that onto the screen. You'll see that I've got an eye profile there, and then we can position that so that it's center on our sketch, so that means it's in the middle of our line. You can change the size of it using this, but we can modify the dimensions as soon as we press the middle mouse button. I'm just going to close down the palette, and so let's just change some of this geometry. So I'm going to change this to 20, change this to 10, this one to 2, and we'll change this one to 2 as well. Okay, so now that's our section. Now if I change the view, this should give you an idea of what's actually going to happen now. So you can see I've got this section, and it's going to be, they're going to extrude it along this line and around this curve. So if I click OK, you can see now, so it starts here, extrudes and finishes here, and so this is the geometry that we generate. Now this could be quite difficult to generate in another way within Creo. So to accept that, we just press the little tick, and we've managed to create a beam in a very quick and efficient way.